Well, Rita, thank you very much for being here today. I would like to start with what was the inspiration behind the CDCP? Why did you decide to offer such a program? Why did you feel the need to for such a course?
Right. I tell you frankly, the need was extremely personal because at the beginning of my career as a trainer and coach, I had just made the switch from personnel manager to being a communication and leadership trainer. Started out with me looking for possibly a comprehensive program that, where I could learn all the necessary skills, all the best skills that I needed as an intercultural coach. Well, guess what? There was no such thing. And we're talking more than 10 years ago now. What I did find were disparate workshops, seminars, summer schools, all sorts of institutes that would offer bits and bobs of the topics that I was interested in and the skills I was interested in. And so many years later, I see a clear need on the market, a demand for give me that one training that will teach me how to be a decent coach, work decently on the global market, and be undoubtedly recognized and certified for what I'm doing. So, hence the B.I.G.CD CP.
What is the structure of the CDCP? What content, what modules are included? What topics do you focus on?
Right. The topics are covering basically the most important points of intercultural conflict, the most important sources, and that's why we have five modules of topics. That's the way we structured the program. So module number 1 is perception. How can you enlarge your perception skills? How can you make yourself more aware of what channels of perception you are using in your everyday language? And of course, how can you observe other people's preferences in perception? The second topic we're dealing with is language. Now, as interculturalists, we know that everything changes when we change the language that we're using. Even the thinking changes. And that's why we will offer our participants the opportunity to dive into comparative language science, but of course not the hard way. As for all modules, we are focusing on experiential learning. So, module number 3 is leadership. Now, leadership is an issue all over the world, isn't it? And what we are going to deal with are cultural differences in leadership. Module number 4 will be conflicts. Now, conflicts are unfortunately already the explosion of intercultural differences and problems, but our job in this program is to help understand the source of conflicts, which can be as deep as religious belief systems, and that is why we will deal with all the aspects of conflict resolution. Now, the 5th module that we have picked is going to deal with the technical design of cultural detective facilitation, because from the very beginning of the program, participants get full access to the cultural detective database, which means that they will get to use this material, and at the end of the 12 months they should be enabled, they should be able to also deliver the material to others.
You were mentioning modules just now. What exactly, what does the CDCP look like? Is it like an e-learning or correspondence course? Do you need to take off time to attend lectures? And if so, where are these lectures being held? How flexible is the whole course?
Well, you see, the design of this course is very flexible, very globally mobile, and very much designed for professionals, be it managers, trainers, consultants, to be able to attend easily. So we have a mixture of face-to-face modules, 5 of them spread over an entire year. Each module lasts 3 days from Friday to Monday and will take place in different capitals all over the world. Of course, we're counting on bringing in the regional challenges as well. Now, in between these 5 face-to-face modules, we do have virtual learning. Virtual learning will be offered on one hand by being able to download all sorts of materials from the platform 24/7. There will be teleconferences, there will be webinars, there will also be mini groups, as in peer groups, where people coach one another in turn, and there will be expert coach feedback on these experiential sessions, so that in between the face-to-face modules there is continuous coaching, learning, practicing, and feedback giving. So we hope that with this we have designed a highly comprehensive but also flexible program that is easy to follow by professionals.
The brochure says that I get academic credits while taking the B.I.G.CD CP course. What certificates or diplomas exactly will I be awarded?
Right. Well, on one hand, you will receive the Cultural Detective Facilitator certification, simply because that is the heart and core of the intercultural knowledge transfer that we're basing this whole program on. The second certification that we are encouraging you to take, and which we are basically enabling you to take very easily, is the ICF credentials, because all the learning units that we offer in this program are absolutely coach focused, and they will be the basic requirement if you would like to become an ICF certified coach. Now, what's the ICF? The ICF is the International Coach Federation, and the International Coach Federation is the only association worldwide that offers a platform for coaches for fostering this profession, for professionalizing it, so to speak. So you can become a member, you can get your credentials there, and they have developed a list, a very important list, not only of best practices, but an ethical code at the end of the day, which we also subscribe to, and which we invite all our participants, in fact we demand all our participants would please also subscribe to, because when we talk about coaching skills, we are also talking about some of the most powerful, influential skills worldwide, and that will not work without following some ethical guidelines.
Who are the teachers or coaches that teach at the CDCP, and what are their qualifications? I mean, what fields do they come from?
Luckily we have over 200 cultural detective authors by now, and the team is growing. Out of this pool of 200 authors worldwide, we have now picked a handful. People from United Arab Emirates, from the US, from Russia, from Germany of course, and from France, who will deliver the program in the present seminars, in the face-to-face workshops, but also will serve, I forgot myself too, of course, but will also serve as the experienced coaches for the feedback sessions in the peer exercises. So the faculty members of the B.I.G.CD CP are on one hand very experienced in the intercultural world, but also at the same time in the neurolinguistic field. So we have NLP trainers and coaches, and needless to say, all of us have a multicultural background.